Hey folks, hope you're having a good afternoon. Today we're continuing our Space Haven Alpha 16 Brutal Difficulty playthrough. Let's get started. Okay, when last we left our intrepid space adventurers, we were trading with a research station and a trading station, the Black Burrow and the Achen. Looking at our fundamentals, we've got lots of Hyperium, lots of energy, water is okay. We're low on ice. We could use some ice. Our raw chemicals are good. Finally, we have lots of carbon and lots of metals, so we're pretty much in good shape. We can manufacture anything we want to now, but we have to be a little bit careful with our water supply because of the size of our crew here. Looking at our prisoners, we have people that we're working on that have a slight chance to convert, the most likely being Lady Rogue Nunny. Seemingly. And check out the people that are sleeping until they wake up. Critical resources low, infra-block. That's something that we could buy infra-blocks. We are doing a bunch of grow bed construction here, so I think maybe we should buy infra-blocks to speed things up a little, but we don't necessarily have to. We have the energy and materials to manufacture more infra-blocks, and we have lots of infra-scrap that I'd love to get out of our storage, so I think we'll let our industry teams work on that for a while. I'm just going to coast for a little bit and let things go forward. So this is kind of a makeup stream. Sorry if you're watching this live on Twitch. Sorry I didn't stream yesterday. I had so much stuff going on with work that I didn't really get a break all day until like 4 in the afternoon, so I just didn't really get time for it is all. Alright. Let's see. Okay, so what's our food supply look like? 6 fruit, 4 meat, 4 seeds and nuts. 4 grains and hops. Okay, let's go with meat, I think. And seeds and nuts here. So that's this one. Let's go with some fruit and some vegetables. And I just set relatively arbitrary thresholds here. And then let's go with some more vegetables and some more meat. Okay, so we got 3 new grow beds online. Nice. Military Alliance is waiting for communications. They're going to ask us to release prisoners or something. Are they trying to do an inspection? We have human meat on board. We should probably either make sure that gets into a composter or eject it. I think all our composters are composting at the moment. Are we in a military sector? I think we are. Yeah, we're fine. Spare your words, Spacefarer. You're wasting your oxygen trying to evade an inspection. Prepare to be boarded. Relationship -3. Okay. So we're gonna try to have to quickly find this human meat and eject it before the Alliance catches on. I have really no use for it other than composting, so... here we go. Go ahead and eject that. They detected the human meat instantly by scanning our storage. Okay, I did not expect that. Looks like they're sending over shuttles full of people. Did we get rid of the meat? I think we did. Yeah, here it is, floating at the airlock now. I don't know what you're talking about, officer. There's no human meat on board this ship. Who would have such a thing? I watched them interrogate crew members because it's kind of fun. Now, if we wanted to, we could try to, like, fight these guys. We'd end up having to shoot at the Military Alliance. Since we're in a Military Alliance sector and they've got 3, 4, 5, 6 points worth of ships here, I don't think it's a good idea. But, something we could do if we wanted to. We could probably get away with it. If the military alliance doesn't object to us keeping prisoners, I don't think we have any military alliance prisoners or anything like that. In fact, we might be able to release, if we have pirates or slavers, we might be able to release them. Do we have any that we don't want? That's the question. There's a cultist pirate. He's ready to recruit, though. He's a pretty decent fighter. No, he's not. He's a wimp. He's got an industry of 8, so we're going to start recruiting him. This guy's really good, but if he ever gets recruited, it's going to take a while. I think we could get rid of Keanu Reeves here, Keanu Conception, maybe, but he's also got a really high industry score. And then we have the peace-loving Raul. These two guys are good. Everybody's good at something. Yeah, I think that's fine. We're gonna keep everybody. They're wandering around the Cryo Bay. Enjoy that. We got -5 to our relationship with the military alliance because they detected contraband on board. I'll live. Hopefully we can still trade with them. Looks like we can. Hey, you want to buy some contraband? No, I'm just kidding. Although they can actually... They don't actually prevent that. 876... 831... Just looking at the prices for various goods here, the best selling thing here seems to be the plasma rifle. So if we wanted, we could sell them a couple plasma rifles. Although if I fight them, I'm going to regret that in a minute. How are we doing on explosive ammo? I think we're just going to load up on explosive ammo. I think we're good on tech blocks. We're going to get a couple in for blocks, I think. That should be fine. So we're giving them 4 plasma rifles in exchange for a whole bunch of ship-grade ammunition. I feel like this is a good exchange for us, and not so much for them. Like, hey, if we give you an assault rifle, will you give us a whole bunch of bazookas? Knights of the Fallen, Chronicle of Guns, the arcade games that these guys are playing. They want 5 hull blocks. Sure, I guess. We can recoup some of our relationship through shameless capitalism. Oh, let's see if any of these guys have ice. I'm going to be at the top of their list here, but it's something we should check for. Water. No. These guys have base metals, which is interesting. Do we need a ton more base metals, though? I don't think we do. I think we have enough to last us for the rest of the game, probably. These guys have ice, so we're going to buy all their ice. And I guess we'll buy a unit of water. And do these guys have ice, too. Probably our biggest resource constraint right now is the ice. But now we're good. We got like 25 or 30 ice, something like that. We've got a lot of trades that are queued. We should have tried to bring some of the ice over here, actually. Let me see if we can still do that. It'll just take less time because the other ship has multiple airlocks available. And we're going to use the ice either way. So they can send a shuttle over and drop the ice off at one of these airlocks without waiting for the other airlock on the ship to be free. Oh, so we were in the middle of remodeling our ship here, by the way. Let's take a look at that for a minute. So we have the new prisoner quarters, so we can actually clear all of this. if we wanted to. Right now the crew's using it, but I think they'll be fine using this kitchen instead. They're out of vegetables, though. I wonder if we just have a supplemental kitchen across the hall here. I'm thinking I want to make this a double-wide corridor like it is up here. So we want to move this wall back a square, which means we need to eliminate some of the things that are here. So the jukebox is going to go over here somewhere, probably, if we can fit it anywhere. I'm not going to be able to reach that chair, which is silly. That'll block the way. There's not a lot of options for jukebox placement here. I guess that's technically a valid placement. It's in front of the bathroom. Yeah, that's fine. That's perfect, actually. And there's another jukebox right next to it, so they can listen to two competing tunes at the same time. We have this arcade machine in here. So I think what I want to do, I want to dismantle the algae dispenser. We're going to dismantle the table and chairs here. I think I want to have this stay as a backup kitchen for the crew, just because we have so many crew members now that this is going to get emptied periodically, and we want to make sure that it stays, that they have food available at all times. So we're going to just shrink this room a little bit and then leave everything else the way it is, basically, I think. I think it's okay to have two bathrooms as well, for the same reason. This is like their break room, I guess. Your break room is formerly an oppressive windowless prison. How do you feel? I'll wait for this decoration to be demolished here. I think we might move one of these decorations out in the hall, conceivably. Yeah, let's do that. Alright, I think that's pretty good. We got one trade still left. Boy, our trading was backlogged. But now we got tons of ice on board here. Sorry guys, there's a vacuum cleaner in the background. I don't know if you can hear that or not. I guess not. That's fine. Are we trading anything else with these guys? This guy still has one small hyperdrive here. I think what we might want to do, just to stop using the green crystals directly so we don't have to multiple different types of resources to transfer, is we could convert this to a double hyperdrive by combining the generator compartment and the engine compartment here. And that would give us a little more fuel range as well. Let's go ahead and do that. So this exercise didn't free up quite as much space as I would have hoped, thanks to the fact that we kept some of the facilities here. Oh, we also have another bedroom. I guess that's okay. Do we need that? I don't know if we need that. What shift are we on? This is like the main shift. First shift is sleeping right now, so we got plenty of, I think we got plenty of empty beds, it seems like. So we're gonna go ahead and delete this. So we got a little extra room in here that could be storage or something else like that. Probably more storage would be good. Oh, we need to, let's fix the hyperdrive, or forget about it. I could actually just move all these squares over one. I think the heating setup will be a little less efficient, but it'll buy us space to build the other hyperdrive, so I think it's worth. We can still put a vent over here into the hyperdrive room. We might even put a door there. I'm not sure about that. I'm gonna move this in the hallway for now. I need one or two more people on board the Carina here. For now, no construction is happening. Everybody's on break. Apparently, the couple people on board the Carina that are able to circulate between ships are on the other ship, which makes sense because there's usually not as many jobs here, I guess. These guys need a bigger crew quarters, but I mean, the ship's layout is kind of set to be hard for us to adjust that at this point. We can maybe. No, we can't scoot that back. It's gonna create a pathing issue. You have to eliminate a grow bed, I think, and then shuffle everything over to make more room for the crew. It's probably better if we just set them up in proper shifts so that we have like a rotating crew with different people sleeping every 8 hours or 6 hours or whatever. I wonder if the sentry guns benefit from cover at all. Might be worth an experiment. But I'd rather get them shot at than my crew members, so I think it makes more sense to put them in front, probably. I mean, technically, as capacity exceeded, fuel consumption increased. Technically, we can still jump with this hyperdrive missing, so I'm not too worried. But I do want to get this done sooner rather than later. Here we go. Come on, one more, guys. Here we go. Alright. Now, hopefully I haven't miscalculated this. Day 385, new budget cut to be approved. Dog's milk to be served in place of real milk due to its long shelf life. Its shelf life is due to no one wanting to drink it. I don't think that's how shelf life works. There's no room to expand the hull back here, is there? No. I made a mistake here. We have to lose part of our double wide corridor if we want to put hyperdrive here. How much of it would it be? So suppose I combine that with a generator. So if I do it here, we wouldn't be able to have the double door there. I mean, the double door doesn't really do any good if the corridor's not that wide, right? Let's just go back to the single hyperdrive. It's fine. Make this slightly more centrally located so it looks a little less lopsided. Please don't barricade yourselves in there, guys. Here we go. Okay, we figured it out. I have a door back here just for like firefighting or whatever. Because there's not enough room to put a path around the drive here. Or, well, you know what, actually, the other thing we could do if we wanted to just extend our range would be to create a second hyperdrive here, but there's not enough room for that either. So, how's it going, Boom? Alright, I think we're ready to jump here. Let's check on our prisoners one more time real quick. I was listening to the Wheel of Time audiobooks recently, so for a second I read this as Samael. I'm like, oh no, we have one of the Forsaken on board. Okay, this person's gonna rebel. Kitsune James is wanting to join the crew finally. We get to their stations, and then we are ready to jump. So I think we're almost finished with this playthrough here. How much longer do we have to go? We got one more sector to clear, or part of a sector. I think we are going to full clear this sector. We could just fly straight to the end by now at this point, probably. But I want to explore a little bit more. We should get into a big battle in like the final sector, I think. I don't know what we're going to be... I just noticed this icon is like a meteoroid icon. Does that mean there's meteorite showers in that sector? I don't know if we saw one in that. I think that's a new feature, or at least I've never noticed that before. There's like a little graphic that looks like a meteoroid swarm there. Since that's also a sector with a derelict, we'll avoid that. I'm assuming that's what that is. It could just be like that's the type of planet that it is. Maybe it has nothing to do with the actual space hazards. We got some ice here, that's good. And a farming station. It's interesting. I wonder if we should turn to piracy just for the fun of it. Good raid the farming station, take all their food, that'll be fun. I think we'll do it. We're gonna wait until the Spurcia Federation ship leaves the sector, probably. They'll never see it coming. These guys have lots of cheap blue crystals. We don't necessarily need to buy any. But maybe we'll buy a couple. Let's see what they want for sale. We could give them a couple units of hyperfuel. We could give them a plasma rifle. Trade them 2 plasma rifles for some energy units. How are we doing on infra blocks? That's 6 infra blocks, that's okay. Energy cells, we'll take a couple more. I think we're basically okay here. So we're gonna do that trade. As soon as that trade is done, I think we're gonna attack this station. So I guess technically we don't need to... We could sell stuff to the station and then take it back. What do we want to sell? Let's sell some refined hyperfuel. The only thing is there's a risk that they will trade it away to those guys immediately and then we won't get it back. But I think that's a risk we're willing to take here. New mission available. Hold on a minute. Oh, they're gonna give us a mission. That's a different story. You know, we might as well do submission. What's the time frame on this? Where's the sector that wants us to take it to? It's back in the central area. That's okay, we can do that. I like cargo deliveries, they're fun, they're easy. They're neat, and they're gonna give us this. We have 5 hours left to accept. I'm gonna try to complete both of these trades first if we can. 4 hours left. Okay, 2 hours left. We're gonna accept that. We're gonna blow off the Merchant Federation. Deliver the cargo. Bring in the cargo. Where is it? There it is. We'll deliver your cargo, why not? I wonder if this actually doesn't contain any actual resources according to us, or at least we don't know what's inside. I was just curious if it actually had stuff on it that was going to get deposited elsewhere. Alright, you gave us a mission. We're doing the mission. Don't call me. I'll call you. Or, you know, just knock down the door. There we go. Okay. Delivering cargo to the place that we were just at. That's fine. You like this place? Pretty good place to be. Guess we're delivering to the research station. so they immediately give us the award. Here goes the cargo. Goodbye, cargo container. Sweet. Object not on high capacity grid. Is it because this? It's because this node broke down again. Darn it. Gary, are you behind on maintenance? Come on, Gary. I'll wait till Gary's fixed that before we move on to the next sector here. Okay, can we get this other... Gary's got to do the other maintenance. Oh, you had to go in there with a spacesuit for a second because there was a fire. Alright, well that's fixed anyway. The power node is technically still damaged, but it's good enough that we can jump. There's some androids in this sector and some merchants. I'm gonna trade with those guys. And then I want to park pretty close to the station for reasons undisclosed. Let's see. Okay, trading with the merchants. That's a big merchant ship. We gotta watch out for those guys. I don't think we want to particularly sell them anything. Or buy anything from them, probably. I've never seen this ship before, I don't think. This design. Check this out. The android ship ACS Nightfall. That's a cool looking thing. Looks like one of the fighters from Wing Commander or something with how it has like the crescent things on the side. It's neat. Alright. At least if I have seen it, I haven't seen it that often. You guys can tell me in the comments if we've seen this ship before. Could be that we have. Okay. I want to buy more tech blocks just on principle. I don't think we actually need them for anything. Could buy everybody a beer. Not everybody, because there's not enough beer, but no, it's alright. Beers for those who make it themselves. Hey there, fellow Spacefarer. We're running low on some resources. Would you be willing to help us? 5 hull blocks, sure. Yes, we're a wandering hull block shop. That is our whole purpose here, apparently. Okay. Civilians are contacting us about something. What is that thing? They want carbon. Yeah, we'll sell them carbon. Yeah, we'll sell you. Yeah, sure. Go ahead, civilians. We'll sell you anything you want. Just give us the money. Open up the bank account. We're popular today. Okay, you can have all my hull blocks. Jeez. You guys have a jammer, which is good. They won't even shoot at our ship, so we don't have to worry about having hull blocks available to fix stuff. You recruited Lady Rogue. Lady Rogue, welcome to the crew. What do you do? You are an Industry 7 person, so you're going to stay on board the main ship here. I think we're going to put you on second shift. You are not a good fighter. So let's give Lady Rogue a schedule here. And put her on schedule 2. I think we need like a third shift schedule here. I mean, technically we have this other schedule, but this is like a specialized schedule for one crew member. I guess we have schedule 4 is okay. So we could put her, let's put her on schedule 4, because we don't have too many people in that schedule yet. No. I don't know, be selling my hyperfuel with my carbon. I know what it has. These merchant ships are all just like lined up here waiting to do business with us. I guess we're famous, pretty rich. Alright, we have carbon, we could buy more, we don't need it. Oh, they're... Infrablocks, get your infrablocks. I'm just imagining this like it's like a marketplace where all these guys are lining up shouting, you know. Get your infrablocks here. Best infrablocks, this side of the Pegasus galaxy. Okay, we'll sell them soft scrap, why not? So you can see we're going through water pretty quickly, actually. We recruited Samuel, the Not Forsaken. He's a wimp who's also good at industry. He can be on shift 4 as well. We have a breakdown by shifts here somewhere. It shows up here at the top. Perfect. Okay, so we have 2 industry workers on this shift. It looks like we need another industry worker. No, schedule 3 is like 1 person, right? We have 7 industry workers on schedule 2, so we should move somebody from schedule 2 to schedule 3, I think. So who's our schedule 2 folks? So it's 6, 8, and yeah, we need more people on schedule 3. Bryce is on schedule 2. Tino, a team member? I don't think he is. 2. He's not. Yeah, let's move Bryce to schedule 3. Or schedule 4, rather. There we go. I think that should balance things out a little bit. We've got 6, 7, and 3. It's not perfectly balanced, but we'll keep adding people to schedule 4. I think that's good enough that we can, you know, everybody can have food and a place to sleep. And we can run the ships 24/7, basically, which is pretty good. Thinking we might need some more logistics support. Let's take a look. Actually, our free jobs is pretty low. Our unstored items is never below 10. But some of these unstored items are bodies, but not many at this point. We have 2 android corpses, that's about it. Raul, what do you do? Are you a good candidate for Schedule 4? You're peace-loving. That seems like it could be a yes. I don't think we have any botanists on Schedule 4 properly. You're also very good at shielding and operations, which we need for this ship, so we're going to keep you on board here. So, Raul. Welcome to Schedule 4. And what is Raul's weapon skill? Well, I'm thinking about it here. Raul has a weapon skill of 2, so we're not going to bother to give him a weapon. Could give everybody in the crew like pistols or something, or submachine guns if we needed to, but I don't necessarily feel like we need to do that, especially the wimpy ones. If people are like somewhat decent at fighting, then we can give them guns as like, you know, kind of second line ship defense crew members. But wait, we're just waiting for all these guys to leave, which hopefully they will do in the next turn, maybe. Once they do, we're going to attack the station and take all their food. Because they got lots of food. That'll save us a lot of farming effort for a while. What's going on here? Water vapor is too high. Okay, we'll put another collector up here. Prioritize that. Everybody's on break now. Let's have a random selection of people work on the water vapor collector. There we go. We recruited Kitsune to our cause here. Kitsune is actually he's actually a fantastic fighter. Look at this. Minus 21% surrender chance, weapon skill of 7 with a potential weapon skill of 8. And he's also good at gunnery and construction and industry. He's just an invaluable addition to our crew. So, Jeff, Kitsune, welcome on board. Let's see. So, Kitsune is going to replace Jason eventually, I think. Let's have him get some upgrades first. So you need to get a kit. So you're gonna have it's gonna be a plasma rifle or plasma cluster gun. This does twice as much damage technically, and it's still pretty accurate. But that's if all the pellets hit somebody, I don't know. I think I want him with the rifle with a super high weapon skill, because he's going to be able to quickly mow down enemies if he never misses. And we got the armored vest as secondary. We've got an oxygen tank in his pocket. Okay, he's got all of his stuff. Now the augmentations. We are going to give him... the health buff first. And then we're going to give him... I guess we could install, if we have crew members with a clumsy trait, we could install these cerebral caps to help out with that. That'd be cool. Learning 25%. Energy 20. So it'd make him never fall unconscious, which isn't bad. I think with 7 weapon skill, he's already going to be plenty accurate, especially with the accuracy bonus of 20% from the rifle. So I think the energy and health buffs are going to be the best thing for him. Christopher is extremely frustrated and feels like he wants to fight someone. Why? Just gonna destroy something instead. But he's asleep right now, so maybe that will wear off. Had an unpleasant conversation. He dislikes Nicola. Okay, well, whatever. New mission available. They really don't want us to attack the station. They're like, wait, we've got more ways that we can pay you. Yeah, you know what, we'll do it. Okay, so we'll take that. Cargo can be on board a Small Hope. I have to check where the cargo is bound for. It's the research station again. Okay. I guess it makes sense that the farming station would send supplies to the research station. Gonna avoid the nebula just in case. Have a reward. At some point we're going to check out this station. I'm going to wait till we finish this whole other subsystem, whatever this is called here. Okay, we got the civilian station all alone. Androids are leaving the sector. Alright, I think this is when we make our move. I'm gonna save it real quick, just cause. I don't want to fight a whole battle and then have the game crash or something like that. Turn all that off. We're not going to need our ship systems because we can't shoot them anyway with our jammer. Let's have our guys sleep. I wonder if we could attack them during the night. They got another cargo delivery for us. We could do this all day. No, I just want to fight them. I just want to fight. Make sure everybody eats. It's important not to turn to piracy on an empty stomach. Oh, usually it works the opposite way, I guess. Okay, we're gonna fly over and like we're making a nice friendly transaction here. And where are we gonna disembark? I think we want to cover this door. There's also an airlock over here. They got two airlocks. Looks like one here, one there. We can ambush Amberley here. Round them up. Alright, here we go. Active War, Part 1. Better hope they don't have like 1 million people on board the station. I think we'll be okay. We'll see. We should have a tactical advantage because of positioning and everything at the very least. Well, Grant's a little tired. We also have like, we should have like top shelf gear here. Well, these things have windows, so let's circle around through the windows and see what we can spot. If anybody's inside any of these aggro domes hiding. I don't think they will be. I think they're all going to be in the main building. It looks like they might be sleeping. I don't want to split this group up, not while we don't know how many there are or where they are. This looks like could be a crew quarters or a mess hall or something. Might be able to catch some people sleeping. I wonder if we can actually catch them all sleeping. Like maybe this is their nighttime. Yeah, let's grab some oxygen in case we're stuck in one place for a while. Apparently grab oxygen meant walk through the airlock. I guess that's fine. Oh, they might all be at their defensive positions around these, around the inlet. This could be a terrible disaster, actually, now that I think about it. We're gonna try it, though. Oh, yeah. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. This is gonna be a whole exciting thing. Kaylee, run. Oh, God. No! Oh, no! Do we quit while we're ahead? Well, we're not ahead, but I mean... Okay, we just lost 2 crew members. 3 crew members, including the one that just surrendered. Okay, we need to get to cover. Jesus. Those laser rifles are on. Two crew members died just walking in the door before we even got a chance to fire at them. That's absolutely crazy. They were waiting for us, all right. Jamie, you're gonna stay in the back because you're one shot. Okay, yeah, these guys are coming out now that we've... So, okay, we were fortunate that they had a pretty small crew here, I think. Because it could have been a lot worse. It was still pretty bad. I mean, losing 2 crew members is terrible. Especially since I think Kaylee was one of our best fighters. I'm not sure about Archer. I guess we should have come in through the other airlock, I don't know. Okay. Okay, that was all of them. Well, we got prisoners. Hopefully they'll be able to make up for the folks that we lost here. We'll take everything. Otherwise, the sacrifices of our 2 crew members were in vain. God, that was brutal. Considering how tiny their defensive force was, like, look how much damage they did to us. They had, like, I think we outnumbered them, like, 2 to 1. Choke points are like that, I guess. Okay, we've got access to the whole station now. Calhoun's gonna die. Let's not let Calhoun die. I'm gonna bring a shuttle over. Calhoun, you're gonna walk over here. You get an escort from somebody who's not about to die, let's say Jamie. I think Calhoun might bleed to death before we can get him back to the ship. Actually, do they have a medical facility on board the station here? I would have thought they would have, but I'm not seeing one. Doesn't give me the option to lie down in bed. Maybe this is the slower route and I should have gone the other way. Come on, Calhoun, hang in there. 6 hit points, buddy. Oh. I don't know if he's gonna make it. Alright. We need a medical team stat. Okay, do any of these guys have a good medical skill? Because we could bring them right back with him. Just in case there's nobody available. Not really. Okay, what's the closest way to a med bay here? Doesn't really matter here. Over here... This might be closer to a mid bay. So this is like 1, 2, 3 rooms roughly. This is like 1, 2. I think this is a little bit closer. The ship is also closer, so we're gonna go for this. I'm gonna go for the shuttle bay here. Hang in there, Calhoun. We'll get you there, buddy. You just gotta hang on. Don't die. Oh god. Okay, we're gonna ignore these guys for a minute. If they bleed to death, then that's fine, I guess. Who do we have with good medical skill? Need like our top person here. Medical 5, medical 8, that would be Raoul, it looks like. So far. Bryce. Oh, of course, Bryce is going to save the day. Why didn't I think of Bryce? Bryce is the one, for sure. No doubt. So Bryce is going to be waiting at the medbed ready. Logistics priority highest for this medbed. Calhoun, you and Vinny are gonna walk over to the medbed here, and Calhoun, you're gonna get in the medbed. And we can undraft the shuttle at this point. Come on, you can make it, buddy. Okay, we're going to... No, I don't want you to do that. Let Bryce do that. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. Bryce could save him, if anybody can. And get out of the way. We gotta watch Bryce work here. Where's... There we go. Then he's undrafted now. It's at 4 hit points. Okay, his wound's healed. His wound's healed. His friend died. That would be Kaylee. Has serious health problems, or actually, it could have been. I'm not sure it was Kaylee or the other person, whose name I already forgot. Sorry, OE team member. But he's on the mend now, so we're out of the woods. Sune cannot work. Post surgery rest. Oh right, he just had surgery. Okay. He needs food. Okay, now these guys, they created so much trouble for us with such a small number of people here. This guy's probably going to bleed to death. Concerning health problems, my friend died. 3 open wounds. This guy's got a weapon skill of 8-0 and bravery, so we can get him. He would actually be a good replacement for Kaylee. And have the shuttle move over here. And have the other shuttle dock over here. So Benjamin, we're going to take Sphaeoria. He's very wounded, but brave, but also smart. Maybe too smart for her own good. She's good at ship operations and botany though, which is good. And then Daria. I mean, these are civilians. We could take them prisoner, right? They're not like slavers where we're like, you're no use to us. We'll get rid of you. We'll take them all if we can. Okay, so Captain. I'm gonna pick up Benjamin. And you're gonna take Savoria and Jacqueline. And you're gonna stop crouching, please. You're gonna go on board the shuttle. Where'd Benjamin go? Benjamin. The game's bugged. I can't carry Benjamin. Maybe he didn't surrender? He's awake now. We're gonna take Captain off the shuttle here. Could you please? Come with me if you want to live. These guys get oxygen and all that sort of nonsense. Okay, now which ship has more medical facilities available? I think this ship has better medical crew. Everybody was friends with Kaylee, we're gonna have a lot of debuffs. This ship has 2 open med bays, doesn't have as much crew availability. This ship though, I think only has the 1 med bay. But this ship also has prisoner quarters, so I think it makes more sense for us to drop people off here. Calhoun might be in recovery for a little while though, so it's possible that some of these other guys could bleed to death. Yes, these guys are all... Somebody's binge drinking because Kaylee died. Somebody is... We got 2 binge drinkers. Reaper Strinkers. Kaylee is one of our oldest crew members. Or was, I should say. Okay, let's get... Captain, you're gonna take Daria here. I think you have no access to a kitchen. I just built you this sprawling facility over here. You're full of nonsense. Okay. Area goes in there. Very good. This comes back here. These guys can go about their business. The nice thing is that we captured the station completely intact, so we don't have to worry about, like, the crew members running out of oxygen or anything like that, really. Oh, I guess they have no access to a medical bed. That makes sense. There's not too much we can do about that immediately. I think if we're going to continue doing this, though, we need to set up a medical facility here somewhere. I'm just not sure where. There's very limited space left to build on board this. We could set one up in the cryo bay, I guess. It is the same size as a cryo bed, the med bay. I don't really want to set one up underneath the guns, because that's where the enemy shoots at whenever there's a war. This could be a place, it's not a comfortable place, but it is a place where we can put a med bed. I guess it's better than nothing. Kind of wondering if one of my angry crew members is going to punch one of the prisoners to death because their friend died. Seems like something that would happen in a sci-fi movie. We're not getting as much food here as I thought we were going to. I wonder if they traded a bunch of food away to those other ships that were in the sector. I'm gonna try to convert Jinwei, but she's gonna be a away team member too. That's gonna be good. And Thomas is technically ready to be recruited. Okay, so we've got some new away team members coming in to replace any casualties here. Somebody just died on the prison floor. I don't know which one of them that was. It's just a body now. Oh, he's rebelling. Oh, Quentin's ready to recruit. Oh, look at this. 8% chance to convert, almost 9%. Chance to rebel, 1.3%. I've never seen it that high before. I guess I wasn't paying attention to him for a while. Oh, he's a cultist leader, by the way. They'll get along famously with Bryce. Let the harvest begin. We get our food. We're actually out of food on board our main ship here. The Carina still has a little bit, but not much. We need to get our new grow beds working. I like to mix them up so I don't have like all one type of plant in one area or anything like that. So kind of just scattering them around randomly and trying to make them roughly even. There we go. I'll get some more up here too. Let's see. Fruit. Vegetables. Now the thing about these is they're up against the hull, so they're going to have more temperature variation than some of these other things, so it's probably not a good idea for us to grow artificial meat here, because the meat, I guess the meat would spoil. It has a narrower temperature band than everything else. We can grow a couple hops here. There we go. Yeah, we got some food on board again now. Getting back our plasma rifles that we let them borrow in exchange for money. You know what? Did we sell them plasma rifles? Because they killed us. They killed 2 of our guys with plasma rifles. I wonder if that's our fault. Maybe I shouldn't have sold them those. That's kind of a knuckleheaded thing to do, now that I think about it. Probably wasn't worth the money to lose 2 crew members. In fact, it definitely was not. Let's see. You guys have anything I want? How's my energy looking? Energy is looking okay. Use a little bit Hyperion, maybe they don't have any. We're actually okay. We got a ton of raw chemicals, wow. And we're not really building that much stuff anymore, so we don't have to get like a whole bunch of construction materials like metals and stuff at this point. Can we not try to manage their grow beds and plant food there? That's not a good idea. Okay, how do I prevent that? Auto maintenance, auto clean, auto resource. I think that'll do it. Maybe. No, they're still doing tasks over there. I'm gonna report this because I think this is something that we should be able to fix here. After taking over this civilian asteroid station, my crew members are growing plants, intending the grow beds on the station. I set everything to off in the station settings, but they are still doing it. Need a way to prevent this behavior. So I think there should be another toggle in here that's like grow bed or something. Does this technically count as a derelict? It is, yeah. So could have everybody with botany not doing... I mean, I guess it's fine if we grow food here. We did turn off the auto resource, which means that they won't transfer resources over here. So we might as well take advantage of the resources that are already in the grow beds, I guess. It's going to take us a while, though. We're going to have to sit here in the sector for a little bit. And we got plenty of... Janelle. Janelle is another excellent fighter. I think Kitsune is going to be on Team 2 here, replacing Kaylee. And then Janelle. Chipline announcement, whoever is growing weed in the station grow beds, we are not going to be here long enough to harvest. That's great. Alright, Janelle, you're also going to go for a health boost. That didn't help Kaylee quite as much as I hoped it would. I'm just not on a high capacity power grid. I hate that this thing breaks down so much. I don't know why they can't keep it repaired. I think we need somebody on here who's better at maintenance, maybe. Nicola, you're good at maintenance, right? What do you do? Maintenance isn't a separate skill anymore. I think it's construction. Okay, so Nicola, you're gonna have maintenance as your first priority. She already has maintenance as her first priority, so I don't know what's going on there. Why this keeps breaking. Seems like it just blows up every once in a while for no apparent reason. Like, I would think it would take 1 point of damage first, and then one of the crew members could come along and fix it, but it seems like that's not happening. Get all the resources over here. It looks like almost. Okay, here we go. I think we are going to stick around until we get like 1 crop of plants from this. Hopefully that'll be worth it. I'm not entirely sure. Do we buy blue crystals? No. We need water, probably. We're okay, actually. I'll buy 10 water units, though. Could maybe buy Hyperion. We don't really need to, but I'll buy 2 units anyway. This one looks like it's almost done here. Funny thing, we can't actually see the status of the grow beds here because they're not our grow beds. Won't even let me click on it. What time is it, by the way? I got a whole bunch of instant messages. Hopefully nothing exploded at work. Give me 1 second, guys. Okay. Alright, got a couple more minutes and then I gotta wrap up. Kilton New Haven is coming in. Maybe we don't stick around for the harvest after all. Seeing any new food coming on board. Water is available thanks to the water collection. Okay, we gotta recall all our guys at this point. Prepare for battle. Or prepare to flee, depending on the size of this cultist fleet here. Okay, we're not quite... Oh. Looks like we're gonna be fighting for the moment, at least. I think my strategy here... What's my strategy here? So I got the little plinker guns on this guy, 4 little shields, and then this guy has the big gun, the big energy cannons. I think we want to knock out the big energy cannons because those things are going to deplete our shields quick. Once we've knocked out the energy cannons, the little plinker guns are not going to be that big a threat to us. So we're going to go for the shields on the big ship here. We're probably going to end up blowing up the hull before we do anything else to it. Vent their bride? Their bridge? Oh yeah, maybe. You have to punch through the hull first, or the shields first. I don't know if I want to vent anybody else's bride. That sounds like a bad idea. So we just have to buy time for... This is an empty shuttle, which we could technically leave behind. We don't need any of that, really. get our shuttle back. If we don't get the shuttle back, we can just... No, we got people still. Where's our people that are not on board yet? Is there another shuttle that's in transit? Here it is. Got one that's here, and we got one that's there. Can we get them to force them to dock? Because I think they're waiting for the airlock, and they don't need to wait for the airlock. This guy can dock over here. This guy can dock over here. Yeah, that's perfect. Okay, we're about to get through their shields here. So we have the option, no we don't. We still have to wait for 2 crew members. Okay, now we're just missing a shuttle, so we could jump now if we wanted to. How bad are we looking? Our guns are getting roughed up. They're okay currently. We're messing up their shields, but it'd be better if we jumped and came back, I think. But I want to wait for this last shuttle if we can. But I don't want to lose the ship because of it. It's not worth it. Got one of those shields down. That's good. Maybe we should focus on their guns after all. No, I think it's going to take way more firepower overall to get rid of them if we focus exclusively on their guns. Okay, so we're buying time for this last shuttle to dock. And we're gonna jump. Okay. Let's wait for this volley to hit. Okay, we're done. Out of here. I think we were outfighting them a little bit, but it would have been very risky. Cultists are chasing us. We gotta remember the civilians are also our enemies now, so we gotta be careful where we jump and avoid running into them when we're not prepared. So we're gonna fast forward this. Let's go to yellow alert for a minute here. I'm gonna be ready to jump again as soon as we can, but I also don't want to exhaust our crew members that are supposed to be on break now. Okay, we're back up to full strength just about. Our hull's a little bit low over here. What about our guns are all repaired, that's great. Okay, we can jump. So we'll go to red alert. I have to play with my stream deck occasionally, okay guys? Alright, here we go. I invested this much in killing the cultists, we might as well try to finish the job. So, we got the jump on them this time. I think let's try to finish this shield generator off quickly, and then we're going to switch the energy cannons over to shooting at that guy. Maybe. We still need the energy cannons here for right now. Oh, actually, we still have the little shield to penetrate through. Oh, good, they're fighting the androids. Okay. I didn't think the cultists are going to be enemies of the androids. No, we want to take over your ship. Alright, guys. It's good to remember for the future the androids and the cultists don't like each other. Because the military alliance doesn't care about the cultists. Now let's spool up our jump drives. Before I forget about that. Our missiles are reloading. I'm going to help those guys deplete the shields of the other ship here. I'm going to have our little guns focus on this remaining little shield guy, and I'm going to have one... No, I think the little gun should be enough for that. And when the missiles come back online, when they get recharged, they'll also go for this shield. Actually, we can go for... Let's start going for the big guns. Not sure if the little guns even damage the individual systems or if they just damage the hull. I think they might just damage the hull, but they're also not very accurate, so it's hard to tell. I think they're just damaging the hull. Alright, missiles back up. We got one of them back up. This guy's already damaging this guy's shield, so I think it makes some sense for us to launch missiles at that guy. We're about to destroy this guy's hull anyway. Let's finish this guy off real quick. We have a power outage. Shut off industry. You can reduce power to the hyperdrive. There we go, because the hyperdrive's already charged, it doesn't matter. Do we have a backup generator still? We do, but it's already online. A bit of a problem. Very power-hungry ship, I guess. So we have the option to jump. The Ragnarok is destroyed, though. So they're not going to shoot at us anymore. I think we should be able to get things back online here. This damn power thing broke again. This is a destructive environment. What's the destructive environment? Is there a temperature issue here? Is that what it is? Temperature is 22 and 20 degrees. I don't think that's it. I think it's just the smoke from that thing blowing up. Might be that this thing is over its capacity. That would explain why it blows up so much. There's not an easy way to fix that, unfortunately. So checking where the shuttle's going. I gotta make sure they don't board us because I'm not really ready for that. I don't want to do that right now. I'm not sure if we want any of their people or we just want all of their stuff. I kind of think we just want all of their stuff. We should wait for at least one of the ships. I mean, this ship's eventually going to be derelict no matter what, so I think we can accept their surrender at this point. So they're going to ship us some of their stuff, and then we're going to go take whatever the rest is from this ship here. Alright, so we can spin all this down, fix our power situation. Remembers playing video games during a space battle. Come on, guys. I mean, I can relate, but still. So these guys are going to do a bunch of boarding actions and fight each other. We're just going to chill and wait for that to play out. Can these guys trade with us now? They can. How are we on explosive ammo? We used up quite a few, but we still have lots of them in inventory. We'll buy like 6 more. Although we'll tie up one of those shuttles, which will delay the boarding, which is probably in their favor, honestly. They might negotiate a surrender, actually. Actually, I don't think they would do that because their ships are both destroyed. So I think they're gonna try to board the androids and get mauled, I think. I'm gonna request vision on this ship if we can get it. I don't think they'll give it to us, but let's see. ACS Nightfall has a mission, medical assistance. Yeah, we can do that. What do we want to exchange? Energy? Yeah, let's take energy. I give medical assistance on board the Carina because it has the extra airlock and also has multiple med beds. Negotiate for sharing a vision. No. Okay, what about permission to visit the ship? Oh, nice. That's funny. They won't let us look at their ship, but they will let us go on board. So we could actually help defend against the cultists technically if we wanted to, but then we'd be at war with them again and they'd try to invade us again. They're trading with us, that's good. Or they're good, that's the medical assistance. Oh, we failed the mission because the guy died on the way over. That's not my fault, come on. That's terrible. He just like collapsed in the airlock and bled to death immediately upon arriving in the ship. Okay. Who are you fighting with, Rio? Fighting with a prisoner. Don't do that. The stress beacon is activated. Do they want to be refugees? I don't think I want cultist refugees on board my ship. What if they free the prisoners? What's going on here? Destructive environment, water vapor. I don't feel like it's that high. 150? Doesn't seem that crazy. Crew members breathe too much. Is that over here? Because I think that's the closest place we can actually fit it. Probably. Except for putting it in the actual crew quarters, which we obviously don't want to do because it causes discomfort. We could expand this little section there and put it there, but I think it makes sense to have it over here. We're just going to fast forward until one of these ships is derelict, and we can go explore it. More merchants. Do you have water for us? We're okay on water, but it'd be nice if we could get some more. Oh, there's another merchant over there. I didn't even see them come in. I guess they came in at the same time as the other ship. I wonder if there's just not enough ventilation over here, maybe? This is built. It's at 100% utilization, though. Let's see if the water vapor level overall is dwindling at all. I think we can build them pretty much anywhere because it's really like the overall level of vapor on the ship that we have to worry about. Not so much an individual area. We could build some in the industry section or over here. It's kind of an inefficient spot for it because there's no other way to get into this room. Somebody has to come and collect the water once it's been collected by the collector. That made a lot more sense in my head. Yeah, we can put this by the door. That works. Yeah, they definitely. I think this is that's a surrender payment that we're seeing here. Oh no, they're actually trading. Did not expect that. Pick up more energy occasionally. And we'll fill the rest of the hole with water. Maybe these guys are not going to die as long as these other guys are in the sector, because they have... I think all their stuff's going to break down eventually, like all their machinery on board, right? Because they're all exposed to vacuum. So even if they have like working oxygen generators, it shouldn't last forever. Cult of New Haven wants to talk to us. Merchant Federation, let's talk to the Merchant Federation. You're low on hull blocks. Okay, everybody's low on hull blocks. We're the world's the galaxy's #1 supplier of hull blocks. We actually used up all of our hull scrap here. We could get more from the civilian ships that we blew up earlier. We wanted to. Could go back there. Or the station, rather. Okay, what's our crew look like here? We got another recruit, potentially, yes. Keanu. Whoa. He's ready to come on board. And we're low on oxygen in the crew quarters section, which is the worst place to be low on oxygen, but also the most likely place to be low on oxygen. Another oxygen generator in here with the cryobeds. That should be okay. Day 389. We're in a salvage-rich environment, that's right. Business as usual, in other words. You know, we did take these guys on as refugees. Their ships would be instantly derelict. I think let's do that. Yes, I noticed that your ship blew up. Yep, I was there. Hopefully one of our other faction ships can save us. Where is the shuttle? Are all 3 shuttles out? They are. Got a lot going on, apparently. I didn't think we had that much. I guess we got those trades going. Oh, we're bringing the refugees on board, so all the shuttles just left to go do that. Okay, so here is... We're going to send one away team over to explore. Should be able to do that for free now. How crazy would it be if the AI faction player was like, haha, I betrayed you. We're going to try to take back your ship in exchange for you destroying ours after they surrendered. I don't know. I guess that would be a bad player experience, maybe. But yeah, we're going to take all this stuff, expedite. Wait, have we not got a surrender from this other ship yet? Let's see. I want to declare war on them. No, okay, it did let us go over here. That's fine. Yeah, we'll take you all on too, I guess. There's so many refugees on board. Better find another cultist ship soon. They want to trade with us. Crazy. No. I'm not going to ship blocks back over to your broken ship only to have to pick them up again. That seems like a not good deal. Just no. wonder if the refugees are able to strip their own ship. Just a little busy in there. Yeah, there's not too many beds. Sorry about that, guys. We could put another bed back here if we wanted to, but I don't think it's worth. We did just like double the size of our ship's complement, our ship's crew complement, I think. I'm gonna put down another oxygen generator if we can. Out of places to put one over here. Just putting them in random places now, basically. Alright, I think we're going to wrap up there for today. So next time we're going to try to offload like 20 refugees and see if we can do that before they eat us out of house and home. I want to say thanks very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If you did, don't forget to follow if you're watching on Twitch, or subscribe. It's free if you're watching on YouTube. Boom up. Yeah, good to see you as always. Thanks for hanging out. And I hope you have a good afternoon and a good weekend if I don't see you. Take it easy, folks.